Senator, I have got a list in front of me that I want to read down. I know you're running for um, reelection. I think you're going to win, but I'm looking at my list and I'm checking it twice. It looks like the great year. You held what you needed to hold last time around. We've got Kerry Lake in Arizona, Bernie Moreno in Ohio, Dave McCormick in Pennsylvania, Larry Hogan in Maryland, Mike Rogers in Michigan, Tim Shee in Montana, Captain Sam Brown in Nevada, Jim Justice in West Virginia, and Hung Kao in Virginia. 10 possible pickups. What do you think the Republicans will do?
Well, as we saw in 22, if we have a message and we get our votes out, then we're going to win. If we don't, we're not going to win. So we've got to have a message of what we stand for, what we're going to get done. But look, we have great candidates. We you're right. We could win 10 races, but we've got to get our vote out. We've as you saw in 22, we didn't get our vote out. So it's state by state.
Well, you got torpedoed midships, you being the Republicans, by the Dobbs decision and low turnout. How do we change? There won't be a Dobbs decision again. I think that's now baked in. We got Donald Trump at the top of the ticket. How do we get the turnout number up there?
One, we got to tell people what we're going to do. We got to tell people, one, we're going to secure the border. We're going to get inflation under control. We're going to not have a woke military. We're going to have the most lethal military in the world. On top of that, we need to be clear. We support contraception. We support IVF, and we believe in reasonable limitations on abortion. And we've got to be clear on all those issues, and we've got to be willing to talk about every issue that the American public cares about.
Now, Senator, you've done very well in Florida. In fact, when you were governor, it went from a purple state. Jeb Bush, followed by you, now followed by Ron DeSantis, went from a purple state to a deep red state. How did that happen?
Good policies. I mean, one, people want good government. They want government that's focused on the issues. They want jobs. They want a good education for their kids. They want public safety. So if that's what Republicans focus on, and that's what we talk about, and that's what we do when we govern, then people are going to vote for us, and they're going to register for us. And then I think the other thing that's happened is so many of these blue states, people have said, I can't get a good job. I don't like the education system. I don't feel safe, and they've moved to Texas and Florida and places like that because they know we have great law enforcement, we have great schools, and we got a great economy.
All right, Senator Scott, you know President Trump pretty well. Let's take your seatmate out of the equation, Senator Rubio, and Byron Donalds, your colleague from Florida. There are 12th Amendment issues that have to be dealt with. From all the other names, excluding those two about whom I don't want you to comment, don't want to put you in that position, who helps the president win in the fall? I mean, I'm focused on winning in the fall. Which running mate? Obviously, they have to be ready to be president on a moment's notice, but which running mate helps the former president win?
I think there's a lot of them. I think everybody that President Trump's talking about could help him win. On top of that, some of them can help him raise more money. So I think he's gonna he made it. I think he made a good choice with Mike Pence back in 16. Mike helped him win. It made evangelicals feel more comfortable that President Trump would be who he said he was going to be, and he actually did what he said he was going to do. So I think he's going to make a good pick, and there's a lot of good candidates.
I've been focused on needs, not names. One need is seniors because that's Joe Biden's hidden secret weapon, according to the Wall Street Journal, and the other is veterans. I think for the seniors, you've got North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. For the veterans, and there are 16 million veterans, 700,000 of them in Pennsylvania. You got Pompeo, Senator Cotton, Senator Vance. Are those the two secret ingredients for a VP selection? Someone who hits seniors and veterans?
I first off, I think veterans are both seniors and veterans are really important. So I think it's somebody that has a track record of dealing with those issues. I think what voters are looking for is they want somebody that genuinely cares about their issues and has a track record of caring about those issues. That's why what I've always tried to do is make sure I show up. And I show up and make sure that people know that I care about their issue and I focus on their issue. And there's a lot of Republicans who do the exact same thing I do. They show up. They show up to their events. They show up and focus on issues. They propose bills. They push bills. And so I think we have a great bench of people that Trump could pick from.
Last question. The president's infirmity. You've seen the videos. Uh, Democrats are trying to say they're fake. They're not fake. How big of an issue is this in the fall? And do you expect the president to act, do you expect President Biden to actually be the Democratic nominee?
Well, I think it's an issue. I think when I talk to people, a lot of people know that Biden can't do the job, and they're concerned that he has the ability to do the job going forward. And then they don't want Kamala Harris as their president. So I think it's a big issue. I think it's hard for them to at this late stage to pick somebody else because whoever they pick, other people think they should be picked won't be very supportive.